I've already completely prepared it for painting. This is how it looks now. The gray color is sculpting clay, and I actually molded it from clay. This orange part is a very hard clay. As you can see, I covered the window areas so they wouldn't get painted. After painting, I'll just remove this protective layer. I'll be painting it with a spray can from. For the first layer, I'm applying a dark primer. For the second layer, I'm applying the main yellow color. I plan to paint about 3 layers in total. After painting, I finished working on the car, and here's what I ended up with in the end. I messed up the painting. After the first coat, the paint began to run from some areas, and it turned out that in some spots there was way too much paint, so overall it went on unevenly. It was too thin, and 3 coats didn't help fix the problem. So, what can I say? I used up the whole spray can just to somehow cover the areas where the paint was running. Since this is modeling clay, I couldn't sand off the first layer with fine sandpaper, so I had to go all the way, and it turned out the way it did. After removing the protective elements from the windows, I saw that the paint had seeped through the protection, and I had to remove the windows because they were all covered in paint, except for the windshield. It's fine, but if you don't take the paint job into account, the model turned out great. I captured all the main shapes, and I examined it in 4K where I looked at the model from all its angles. And also in the mobile app Form a Car. There I mostly examined the interior, since it's brighter here than in Forza. Also, besides examining the car I worked with blueprints, and I made all the dimensions of the different elements exactly as they should be. Well, except for the interior, since I didn't have any blueprints for it. I made the seats and the dashboard by eye, based on the required scale and the space allocated for the interior. It took me 77 hours of work over 10 days to create this model. I made it so I could move by bicycle. Yes, it's quite strange and unusual, and I have never done anything like this before. The idea to run over a clay car came to me a long time ago. A couple of times, people wrote to me suggesting I run over a car with a real car. I liked the idea, but if a real car runs it over, there will be nothing left of the clay car. It'll just be a pancake. That's why I ran it over with a bicycle first, since after that, the car definitely won't turn into a pancake. And if you like this idea, then I'll definitely make a video later where I crush it with a real car. First, let me tell you about Plastilinovi. In it, I used elements that I printed on a printer. For example, in the interior, the dashboard, the central display, the clock, and the logo on the steering wheel are all printed. Thanks to this, the interior looks more realistic. And besides, it saves time, and I don't have to draw it all by myself. The brake discs are printed, and you can see the lettering. This makes the wheels look more realistic. This also covers the hood badge and Forza number. Now let's take a look under the hood. Here we have a 4-liter engine with 550 horsepower and the top speed is 286 km per hour. If we translate this method of destruction into reality, it's probably comparable to, let's say, a giant Belaz running over a car. Well, I think I've told you everything about the Porsche. Now I can head outside, but I still need to somehow carry both the box with the car and the bicycle to the filming location without damaging the car itself. Alright, I'll manage somehow. Well, this is my bike, and I'll be crashing the Porsche with it. Here I am already at the filming location, basically ready to go and crush over there. There it is with the cameras. But first I'll try to jump over it. I don't know if I'll manage to do it or not, but I want to try. I couldn't clear it completely. I lifted the front wheel but set the rear down too soon. And we can see that I grazed the car with the rear wheel. There are even scratches from the tires left. That was close, I nearly crushed it. Only the side mirror flew off. I slightly touched the hood and also the roof, but that's not really noticeable. Well, now I'm ready to run it over completely. Oh damn, it hurts to look at this. It used to be beautiful, and now it's just a yellow splat. Damn, that's really harsh. That was just from a bicycle running over it. And if it was a car, you'd probably have to dig the clay out of the tire tread. And besides, I didn't run over it along the length of the car, but kind of at an angle. You can see everything here yourself. The front left part is completely bent, the hood flew off somewhere, the doors were also damaged and covered with cracks in the paint, the front wheel is totally bent, and the rear one is bent halfway. The roof collapsed into the cabin, but the steering wheel stayed intact. Yeah, damn, it's a shame about the Porsche, of course. Well, now I have to run over it completely. I'll take a lower speed this time. Well, at least the right side is more or less intact. But yeah, I drove over it lengthwise right in the middle, and everything got completely bent. You can even see the tire treads very clearly. They left marks on the clay. The back is still just as bent. Yeah, it really does look like a Belaz ran over it. Well, if you scale it up 1 to 1, I think I'll finish here. Let something remain. There's no point running it over more. Well, now that the Porsche is destroyed, I'll show you how I made it. Thank you for watching up to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're here for the first time and you're interested in my work.